Love is always something everyone longs for, but not everyone experiences it in the same way. Some open their hearts with innocence. Some love with intensity. And then there are those who, if you take a step too quickly, immediately pull away. These are people with avoidant attachment, often referred to as emotionally distant. When you fall for someone emotionally distant, love is no longer a straight path. It feels like walking on a thin tightrope. Just one overly direct confession, one gesture that is too intimate, or a closeness beyond what they are ready for, and they vanish. They retreat into silence, leaving unfinished words, unanswered messages, and emotions that leave you confused, unsure of what you did wrong. The truth is, it's not that they don't feel. They feel far more than you realize. And because they feel deeply, they fear deeply. The closer love gets, the more insecure they feel. So how can you make someone like this feel safe enough to love you without losing yourself in the process? The key is not intensity. It lies in understanding and consistency. People who are emotionally distant often grow up in unsafe emotional environments. Perhaps as children, each time they expressed feelings, they were dismissed, punished, or met with indifference. Perhaps closeness always came with hurt, pressure, or control. As a result, their nervous system learned to protect itself. Closeness equals danger. When you move closer, they don't experience warmth as you might expect. Instead, their body triggers a warning. Danger. They pull back not because you aren't good enough, but because their past awakens the fear of being hurt again. What they fear most is not love. They fear losing control. For them, love often feels like demands, obligations, or constraints. So if you show affection too passionately, they feel invaded. What they truly need is a safe space, a slow, gentle pace, respect for their autonomy. Instead of asking, "Why don't you open up to me?" try saying, "I feel most connected when we share openly with each other. When you're ready, I'm here." The way you express it may be the same in words, but the feeling they receive is completely different. One conveys pressure. The other conveys choice. And an emotionally distant person can only love when they feel they have the freedom to choose. Or if you push them at that moment, their defenses will rise like steel walls. Instead of confronting them, try to step back. Understand that an emotionally distant person tends to withdraw when emotions are too strong. If you try to argue or probe, stay calm. Give them time to process. When they return, it's not out of obligation. It's because of trust. Avoidant people observe very carefully. They might pretend not to notice, but they read every detail. Do you get angry when they need space? Do you stay silent to punish them? Do you create chaos to force their attention? Every reaction you have reshapes the safety map in their mind. If closeness consistently comes with peace and maturity, their brain begins to register. Being with this person is not dangerous. This is the foundation of a relationship with an emotionally distant person. You don't need to become cold to match their avoidance. That will backfire and push them further away. Instead, try to hold your emotions, but gently. Share without placing responsibility on them. Express without pressure. For example, when they open up slightly, "I find it hard to trust anyone." Don't respond by unloading your entire emotional world. Simply say, "I understand, and I'm not in a rush." You are letting them know you are present without overwhelming them. An avoidant person dislikes chaotic emotional discipline, yet they deeply respect someone who has clear boundaries, remains calm, knows what they need. If they disappear for a few days and return as if nothing happened, don't scold them, but don't act like it's completely normal either. A statement like, "I care about you, and I value consistency. If you need space, I respect that, but I also need clear communication," communicates warmth and strength at the same time. This is the type of energy that makes an emotionally distant person feel safe and attracted. With avoidant people, even small actions are major progress. They text first. They ask about your feelings. They share past experiences. They don't avoid conflict. These small actions in their world are like opening a door. Acknowledge them, but don't overdo it. Simply be gentle so they feel seen, without being controlled. If one day you feel sad, anxious, or lonely. You can share, but express it in a way that shows emotional responsibility. I'm feeling unsettled, and I'm working on it. This sends the message that you are mature. You can manage your own emotions. They are not a burden. Ironically, this makes them want to be closer to you. Loving an emotionally distant person is not for everyone. If you need daily affirmation, constant closeness, or clear initiative from the other person, this journey will be very challenging. Before trying to make them feel safe, ask yourself, do I feel safe in this relationship? Am I growing? Or am I waiting for tiny scraps of affection? Love requires safety from both sides. Steady, independent, not loving out of fear of losing them, not trying to prove your worth. When you recognize your own value, you are no longer a threat to their autonomy. You become a companion, not a pursuer. And in that moment, they begin to love you. Not because they are forced to love, but because they want to. An emotionally distant person may never become the overly romantic or highly expressive type. But if they feel safe, they will be deeply loyal, genuinely sincere, remarkably stable. In a chaotic world, this kind of love is extremely rare. Safety is not created through words or pursuit. It is created through the steady energy of your own presence. Love them from a solid foundation. Let them come closer out of trust, not out of fear of losing you. And if you are on this journey, remember, the process may be slow, but it is real. And if you do it the right way, this will be the kind of love worth cherishing.